Yo guys, welcome to the Army Men podcast. I'm here with the one and only Army Men Initiative. This is a place where we will discuss all things Army Men related. In this episode, we'll be discussing topics regarding the community. For all those newcomers who don't know who we are, I'm Green Soldier Productions, an Army Men stop motion creator, and Army Men Initiative is also an Army Men stop motion creator. We're both very passionate about this community and we want to see it improve and grow. So, without further ado, let's get into the first topic.
What we're gonna start with is the creation of the community. So, as people are probably aware of, it was like 2005 to 2010. I don't know. We're gonna put it up on screen. Michael Ackerman released Plastic Apocalypse Hedge Base. And for some reason, it was the trendiest video on the internet at the time. It blew up. You know, it got millions of views. We're talking millions. And, you know, next thing you know, we have people creating videos very similar, I guess. Just not of the same quality because, well, you know, Mike was out there for like a year filming in his backyard. But that's not to say, you know, that's not saying like, you know, everyone else was bad. People just, you know, really liked his content. Now, back then, muzzle flashes were easy to get your hands on. Okay, a lot of people didn't have gun effects. People who did were very rare. Most of the time you just seen army men running around and just some background gunfire noises that people downloaded. Because back then, YouTube didn't have, like, sound effects to download from. You pretty much just got all your sounds off of movies such as, you know, Saving Private Ryan, and a couple of really old video games. You'd have to directly record them or download the movie. You wouldn't have, like, a sound library. Which is pretty much what most YouTubers did back then. Then, you know, slowly, deliberately, as the community slowly grew, we would see like a deliberate increase in quality. You know, slowly after a while, the General Mo arrived, and he's a whole different person that we won't get into. Anyhow, I'll let Green finish up talking about the creation of the community.
Yeah, so I think Plastic Apocalypse sort of kick-started the community. Obviously there's a few classic videos out there which did come out before. I'll have a few videos up on the screen now. But yeah, I think overall Plastic Apocalypse was the catalyst for this community starting basically. A lot of people were inspired by that video, including myself. I think that's the main reason I got into making stop motions. There's probably some other stuff, but I think that is the main reason, and the main reason for many other people as well. What about you, Initiative? Did you is Plastic Apocalypse the reason you got into it?
Pretty much. So I want to tell people kind of what really got me into it. So as a little kid, picture me in a hotel room in a condo, and I'm on YouTube as I always am, about 10 years old, so it's roughly 2012. And I see a video about army men because I had plastic army men. I loved playing with plastic army men, but I wanted to see videos of plastic army men, so I googled it. And what do I see? I see Plastic Apocalypse, and I click on it, and it is my favorite video on the internet. After that, I sneak my grandpa's phone out just so I can watch it, and I start getting into army men. I start asking for army men, and then roughly, and this video is gone from the internet because it was on my very first YouTube channel, which no one has access to because it was deleted by my school. But I created my very first stop motion Army Men versus Lego. But for years, I'd been watching smaller creators such as Green Soldier Productions, which I think the first time I saw him was in 2019 as well, when he just started. And a lot of General Mo's content was very popular back then, But really, what really got me into the community was Michael Ackerman, because Plastic Apocalypse literally created the Army Men community, and the whole reason that we existed was because of Michael Ackerman and Mike's stunning talent on camera. That's all I got to add on, though. You got anything else, man?
I think that's it, really. Just paying tribute to Michael Ackerman for really kickstarting the community. I'm not downplaying the other people, because there obviously was other people who did make stuff at the time, but PA was the main thing that started it, in our opinion. So
Agreed.
yeah, I think that's it for
All right.
topic 2.
Yes, sir. Let's move on to topic number 3. The golden age of Army Men. So after a while, Mike realized that his videos was kind of blowing up. So he made this separate account called Plastic Apocalypse Channel, which basically, I believe that's what it's called. And basically, it was where Plastic Apocalypse would be housed, because it was such a popular series on the internet. People loved it. And soon we had the Prisoner Operation, which Green can put on screen as well, because and that video was, I mean, while it was a step down from Hedge Base with the terms of FPS and speed and all that, it was a really good video in a lot of places. And that was when the community started to really blow up, and we call this the Golden Age, guys. Remember this. This is called the Golden Age. We soon were followed up by Micamations, great YouTuber, Nim Productions, who, while he isn't really an Army Men creator, even he was making content Army Men related. The General Mo, obviously, classic YouTuber, great YouTuber, had some awesome videos such as Prisoners of East End, or Lego versus Army Men, or Attack the Trench. He's a great YouTuber. And even then, in addition to those people, we had smaller community members slowly arriving in, one by one. People were just so into stop motion back then, and so many people were just inspired to add their videos to the big race, and we saw a huge increase in stop motions. And I think that clearly 2019 was the really big point for this community up to 2019. And when the Sabretooth came out, we really saw a huge jump in members, because the Sabretooth was one of the greatest, is up to this date, the greatest Army Men stop motion out there. Green, I'll let you take the floor from here.
Yeah, so I think a good time frame we could do for the golden age of the Army Men community is, I'd say, from 2015 to 2019, which is basically when the first Prisoner Operation video came out, and when Sabretooth came out, or a year after. But yeah, I really think in between those times, like you said, there's a lot of people popping up. The General Mo with his series, a lot of the other guys. But yeah, I really think that was the golden age. There was just so much going on at the time. I feel like as of now it's sort of slowed down a bit, and we'll talk about that in the next topic. But other than that, I think you've pretty much discussed everything regarding topic 3. Well, topic 2, so.
Yeah, agreed. Like we said, we had a huge variety of ages though back then. Little kids up to grown adults who were joining the community, and we will miss those days. Which gets us into topic number 4.
The fall of the Army Men community. So I think this really started to happen once Michael Ackerman announced, well, he didn't really announce it, it just came out of nowhere, a picture of him selling his entire collection on eBay. That surprised a lot of people. I think that sort of started the downfall. Obviously there's still people there uploading stuff, but I think a lot of people sort of just gave up, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but yeah, a lot of people saw Plastic Apocalypse as basically the Army Men community, like the spearhead of the community. And once that got announced, it just feels like people sort of felt like that was the end of the community, if that makes sense, even though it clearly isn't. But yeah, that's really my opinion on it, on how it started. What do you have to say, Initiative?
Alright, so I think a lot contributed to the downfall of the Army Men community. I think a lot of members that are in the community as of right now could agree with me on this, that it was partially due a creed. The fall of Plastic Apocalypse was the number one reason, because the decrease in members skyrocketed. And, you know, on the General Mo's Discord, on my Discord server back then, as when I was known as Plastic Army Men Studios, was starting to decrease. People just stopped uploading after a while. We had a couple new faces, of course, at the time, like, for example, Commander Camo, and a couple other people. We had one guy named Blue Spy who was around for a couple of years. But another thing that contributed, actually, was toxic members of the community. It had been going on for a while, but I have talked to several creators such as Army Warfare or Shark Studios, and they have both pointed out that there were a ton of toxic community members. In fact, my friend Army Warfare actually had to delete his videos on his channel because he was getting so harassed by haters on the internet for absolutely no reason that he just deleted his videos. And, you know, basically, when newer people tried to enter into the community, these group of haters would basically find one thing wrong with you, like critics, like movie critics, basically. That's the best comparison I can think of, and tear you down. And, you know, it would be rough on people who had just joined because, you know, they're trying to build up their channels, they want to be a part of this community, and people are just so mean that they can't do it. And that's understandable. I mean, I would give up too, because you know, it's not fair to them. They're trying. Not everyone is going to be as skilled as you. And, you know, one thing I always say when I see someone, you know, being really toxic on YouTube is just please stop wasting your time. Like, go maybe upload your own stop motions, go edit. We are not toxic people, me and Green. We are very, you know, we try to be as nice as we can to the good community members, and the people who just are toxic, just block them because they're not really worth our time. And, you know, after a while, we've seen an even decrease, a bigger decrease in the community. We have lost Commander Camo because, like many YouTubers, he has straight up disappeared. Like, his uploads, done. We haven't seen a single upload from him in months. And bigger YouTubers, Mikamations, I haven't heard from him. The General Mo himself is only really present on Discord, and that would be it. And Mike, well, no one knows where Mike is anymore. Nim Productions, he really just uploads 3D printing videos. At this point, he only has like 4 stop motions on the internet. IMC Productions, I don't know what his plan is. He rarely uploads. And J Cobra Studios only uploads when he's being paid to upload. Because if you've noticed a consistency, the only time we see J Cobra upload is every half a year, and he has a big promotion. And one of his more recent stop motions literally wasn't even his. Like, I believe it was Fiverr. They paid him to make that video. So really, we've seen a drastic decrease. I'm gonna let you take the floor here, Green, and offer your opinion on what's been happening to those community members. I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, so a lot of these bigger YouTubers, like you pointed out, Micromations, the General Mo, obviously they obviously are still community members. We see them as that, but like you pointed out, they are very inactive. That's the best word for it. Obviously, they have valid reasons for that, realistic reasons. In real life is more important. They have things going on, which I'm not going to discuss because they might not want me to. But of course, real life has to take priority over YouTube. So it makes sense that they're not active. Completely understandable. We're not trying to hate on them or nothing like that. We're just pointing out that they are pretty inactive, and that's just the reality of the situation.
I want to say that, as we see these YouTubers go, the smaller community has started giving up as well. We're seeing a lot of even younger kids they aren't as into Army Men anymore, and that's because bigger YouTubers just aren't providing much content to look up to. The only really known content creators out there would be Green Soldier Productions and Angry Trooper Show are the biggest ones out there. Then you have the people who are kind of right behind them, who have pretty good videos, pretty good skill, such as stop motion creators and myself, who have yet to just grow. And I'm pretty well known on the community by now. A lot of people pretty much recognize me. We haven't seen a lot of very big YouTubers with a ton of talent up anymore. Like I said, Angry Trooper Show, Green Soldier Productions, and myself, and stop motion creators, really all that we see left, which is going to pull us into the next topic. If you want to kick us off, Green.
Yeah, I just want to add something to the last topic. So in terms of toxicity, I'd consider myself pretty lucky because I haven't experienced it too much on my channel. Obviously, there's the famous Nicholas Lau that many people know about. There has been a few other accounts, but I think I'm pretty lucky in that regard. But if you are having toxic people on your channel, then just ban them, block them, whatever you need to do. Obviously, constructive criticism is something that you do need. I think it's important to have that. So someone might be criticizing you in a constructive way. Try not to see that as hate, because otherwise you won't be able to improve. But yeah, that's all I really need to add to that part of the topic. So there's a lot of people who we can both agree have a lot of potential, people that we've hand-picked out and seen who upload good quality stuff. I'll put a list of people up here on the screen. I'll also name them out. We've got Army Warfare, Kiwi World, Plastic Platoons, SSSS, Soldier Animations, and someone else we found recently, Source Boss Studios. We saw these guys, they upload pretty good content. The quality is good. Obviously there needs improvements, but we all need improvements. That's a part of getting better as a creator, stop motion creator anyway. But I think all those guys have a lot of potential, so I'm just hoping they don't lose the motivation. Sorry. What do you have to say?
Alright, so one thing that Green Soldier Productions and I are looking for in this community is quality and quantity. Now these are very important, and I want everyone to note this if you are planning on joining the current community. What we mean by quality is we want a good quality video. Something with great visual effects, great sound effects. I mean, as you start out, you're not going to be perfect. I mean, look at Green Soldier Productions' first video. You can put that on the screen if he isn't too embarrassed, because I'd be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed too. You can also put my very first video. I had the most limited stuff in the world, and you can put that video on screen too. We are not gonna start. You're not. We want to put this out there. You are not gonna be perfect. Okay. When you start, you are gonna struggle a lot. It's not gonna be, an easy ride. Yes, Green Soldier Productions and I make it look really easy sometimes to make a good stop motion, but it really isn't. And we want to make one thing very clear: stop motion takes effort, time, and hell a lot of patience. There is no easy way around it. If you just slap in a 1-minute video with very limited visual effects talking, you haven't made a masterpiece. If you want to make a masterpiece, it takes time and effort, which goes to the quality. Now for quantity, we were looking for videos of length and a good upload schedule. Obviously, the upload schedule speaks for itself. We're looking for people who upload consistently, like once every 2 weeks or a month, and in the meantime, maybe some unboxing, maybe just updating the communities, communicating with your community, which is something Green and I really try to do with our communities. But also, we're looking for videos with length and stories, and basically, you can make a 1-minute stop motion, which is a great way to get your channel started and to practice, but it takes really a lot of effort to put really good videos out there. And there are YouTubers out there such that have we've lost, such as Plastic Army Men Studios, the first one. You can put him on screen if you want. Who really he uploaded only 4 really big stop motions on his channel, but you can see that even though they were missing a couple good things, he took a lot of time to add length to it, and it really draws you in, even if the visual effects aren't great or the muzzle flashes aren't great. For example, Plastic Army Men Studios, also now known as Josiah M. If you want to go subscribe to him, you can. YouTubers like that, they really put a lot of time and effort to make a video lengthy as well as good quality. Now see, if you are good at making good quality videos but you don't make long videos, that's fine. Practice. Don't do everything in a day. A stop motion isn't done in a day. It takes a lot of time. Sometimes Green Soldier Productions can take up to 2 months to film a video. I can take up to 2 months to get a video done. It's really just dependent on how much you're willing to put into in order to put that video out there. Again, we love to see people grow, and we will be scouting YouTubers. I want to let everyone know, and Graydon can also follow up with this, that we will be scouting the internet to find YouTubers with good videos and higher viewer counts, and as they grow, we'll watch them closer until we add you to the community, which is going to be our next topic. But I'm going to let Green cap this all off. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people, once they start making their stop motions, they look up to some of the bigger creators and they sort of compare themselves to us. And if you're doing that, you have to understand that we've been making stop motion for a very long time, so the quality will be different because we've got more experience. So yeah, if you're trying to get into doing stop motion, then you have to put in the work, you have to put in the effort, and be dedicated, and always be ready to improve. And don't compare yourself in a bad way to other people, because it won't really get you anywhere. If you're being constructive about it and comparing, then that's absolutely fine. But if you're looking down on yourself, then that's not going to help you at all. Another thing I do want to say as well, when we're talking about the community, we're on about not necessarily the whole community, but a smaller subsection of the community. What I mean by that is there's a few of us who sort of want to boost this community and get it back up and running again, and keep it active as it's starting to slow down. So we're not trying to exclude people, and it sometimes sounds like that, but that's not what we're trying to do. We're just saying that if you want to help us, then feel free to. We'll try our best to help you back. We'll give you advice, all that sort of stuff. We'll try and help you with sound effects, visual effects, all that, and voice acting. But yeah, I think that's all I have to add for that topic.
What we want to achieve by doing this, and with our future podcast series as well, because there will be more, gentlemen, much more. What we are hoping to achieve is we are hoping to bring our community back. Green Soldier Productions and I think I speak for both of us when I say we love this community in our own way. We have been a part of it for a long time. We have watched it grow even before we were on YouTube. And it's something magical about this Army Men creation, seeing people get together to make videos, to put videos out there with stories, to collaborate. It's amazing to see. And so Green Soldier Productions and I have basically come to a final decision on what we want from all of this. So I'm going to let him actually say it, because he's going to say it a lot better than I. So go ahead and I'll finish up.
Yeah, so really what we're trying to achieve is just, like you said, bring the community back. We want to get it going again, because it just feels so slow at the moment. It feels pretty inactive in terms of creators. Like I feel like there's demand for the animations and stuff like that, but there's not enough people putting out the animations, if that makes sense. And people who do start getting into it, they sort of just give up, because it's, I don't know, they have their own reasons. But it's sad to see. Commander Camo is an example. I don't know what's happened with him, but he's been gone quite a while, and he had a ton of potential. But yeah, essentially what we're just trying to do is bring it back, get people involved, and hopefully get the community running again. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Alright, I'll cap it all off here. To add on to what he was saying, what we mean by this is Green and I intend to carry this community into the future. As probably the bigger creators with the better quality and skill. Now, we are not excluding anyone, and we are looking for people. Green Soldier Productions and I, as always, are active on the Discord server, which you guys are always welcome to join. As always, in the link in the description, you guys are free to join. We will always be watching for you guys. We'll be helping you improve. Any videos you want him and I to upload for like tips and tricks, please also provide it in the comment section below, as we will give as many examples and helpful feedback as we can. Green, has his own channel. Go subscribe to him if you haven't, which would be surprising because everyone subscribed to me is already subscribed to him. But in case you aren't, do go subscribe to him. I ask that you all be good about it. Basically, final thing, we want to rebuild this community, and we are not going to drop out of it unless and absolutely necessary. But right now, we need your help out there. Anyone who's watching this video, we need everyone's help to bring this back, because we want this community to grow back. So what he and I are asking formally to everyone, if you are losing your motivation or starting to fall away because your views, aren't good, come to us, ask us for suggestions. We'll tell you how to make your videos better, and don't just quit, because trust me, it's not worth quitting, because you are throwing away so much potential, and we want to help. We really do. Just ask us what to do. I mean, don't spam us, obviously.
Yeah.
Because we won't respond to that. And if you guys are looking to, get some good sound effects, my email is also in the bio on my YouTube channel. I have a ton of sound effects. And if any of you want extra sound effects from Green, I'll just relay it through me to him, and then I'll provide it on the email, because I'm not going to give out his Discord, because he doesn't need that kind of attention right now. He's got his own thing going on.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to be overwhelming here. But I think that's gonna wrap it all up here, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you did enjoy this first podcast, like, subscribe if you're new. Go like and subscribe to Green Soldier Productions if you haven't already. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Go ahead, Green, and wrap it up.
Guys, don't forget to join the Discord. We can give you sound effects there. If you don't have an email, it's fine. All the stuff is available there. All our help is available there. Just don't spam us, alright? And yeah, take care, guys. We'll catch you in the next
Thank you
one.
all. Catch you in the next one.
What's up, guys? Green Soldier Productions here. We actually ran out of time to do the questions, so I'm just going to do them now whilst I'm editing. So the first question is from Nathaniel. He asks, how did you get into Army Men stop motions? Well, for both me and Initiative, Plastic Apocalypse, the first episode, played a huge role in that. So that is the answer for your question. Thanks for submitting. The next question is from Full Metal Mofo. I have a question. Are any Army Men creators making money off their channel? Say the bigger guys with over 1,000 subs. Yes, we are making money from our videos. A lot of us are. If you see any adverts on people's videos, they are most likely making money from it. Probably not a whole lot of money, but yes, we are making money. The next question is from Golden Freddy Channel. He asks if Warhammer 40k will ever be in any of our stop motions. As far as I'm aware, Army Men Initiative has no plans to add Warhammer 40k to his videos, and I myself, it's a possibility, but I'm not entirely sure yet. So yeah, thanks for the question, guys. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and yeah, we'll see you lot in the next one. Take care.